I wanted a new 2D Mario game, and you know what Nintendo said to me? How dare they? That's it. I'm no longer a loyal 2D Mario fan, Nintendo. This will be the last time you insult me. But I guess it wouldn't hurt to try one more. You know what they say, what's old is new again, except you. Super Mario Land 2, The 6 Golden Coins, released over 30 years ago, is what I'm stuck playing with today. I've always heard good things about this game, but all I really knew about it was that Mario had bunny ears in this one. It's the second game in what's known as the Mario Land series that started on the Game Boy in 1989. The Land series is an interesting part of Mario's history for being such a big departure from the main series, with no Bowser, no Toadstool, and taking place anywhere but the Mushroom Kingdom. But why though? Well, it may be the fact that Shigeru Miyamoto, Mario's creator, did not serve any role in the production of both Mario Land games. Instead, the role of producer was put upon the Game Boy's creator and Ultra Hand enthusiast, Gunpei Yokoi. As a result, these games don't feel like traditional 2D Mario, which is a big plus as that sets them apart from the rest of the series as something totally unique. Although, why am I starting with 2 instead of 1? Well, Nintendo didn't put Super Mario Land 1 on the Switch yet, and to be fair, if my first outing on the Game Boy looked like this, I would feel pretty embarrassed too. Plus, they're still separate games. It's not like you need to play 1 in order to understand 2. Also, Super Mario Land 2 is the game that introduced me! Wario? Wait, seriously? That is interesting, but is it really that big of a deal?
Obey me, Wario. I am your master. Mario is your enemy. Don't let Mario get the 6 golden coins.
Mario who now? Never mind, this is the most important game in the Mario series! We could have been in a Wario-less world without this game. No smooth moves, no Ashley song, no Shake It, and for that, I will forever be grateful to this game and to his creator and director of Super Mario Land 2, Hiroji Kiyotake. Imagine having the creator of Wario on your resume. That's the biggest flex I've ever seen. Hold on, he also designed the original Samus and directed Metroid 2? My man. Kiyotake was the one who wanted to introduce Wario and decided on his name as well. A simple combination of Mario, obviously, and the Japanese word warui, meaning bad. So just take that M, flip it upside down, and we have Wario.
Beautiful!
A natural-born rival, the Bluto to Mario's Popeye, yes, Kiyotake said that, as in this game he serves as the primary antagonist. Because the story this time around is anything but traditional. While Mario was goofing off in Sarasaland trying to rescue Princess Daisy, Wario seized the opportunity by taking control of Mario's kingdom, Mario Land. So now Mario has to take it back. Overall, this is a way better motive and interesting setup to a Mario game. A kidnapped princess I have no personal attachment to? Yeah, sure, just let me play some fun levels and we'll call it a day. Wario stole my castle? Now it's personal. This decision came from the desire to do something new and give Mario a different objective than just the princess. So, to take back his castle, Mario must collect the titular 6 golden coins that are scattered throughout Mario Land, because he just can't walk through the front door. Just try knocking, I'm sure he'll let you in.
Go home, go away, you bother me.
Never mind. So far, the premise has already got me intrigued, but this is a Game Boy game, so I'm not gonna expect the world from it. So the game starts by throwing you into a level, pretty traditional stuff. Mario can run, jump, crouch, the usual. Oh, but the spin jump from World is here by pressing down in the air, I didn't expect to see that. Overall, Mario controls very well, nothing feels too slippery or too stiff, so good job. After completing that, the next level... Wait a minute. A world map? Where you can go anywhere? Apparently in Super Mario Land 2, you can go to any zone you want to first. It's completely open. This is an open zone Mario game. Sorry Sonic, but Mario beat you to it. The open design allows for players to tackle the game at their own pace and discover secrets all on their own. This legitimately shocked me for a Game Boy Mario game to have the most open design of any 2D Mario game to exist. And you know what else shocked me? I jumped when this happened. Whoa! I asked for this. This is literally what I wanted. This whole game is exactly what I've been looking for! A 2D Mario game that's open-ended with an interesting story and antagonist, warp pipes that seamlessly transition between each other, not breaking the visual cohesion of the world, and filled with levels that are extensions of the worlds they're in and aren't the generic Mario aesthetic! Okay. Calm down. There are 6 zones in total, each housing one of the titular golden coins, and they are their own cohesive world. Again, this is literally what I've been asking for. The maps are lively with animated sprites, creativity, and levels cohesive with the world. If you see a sunken ship on the overworld map, well, I've got good news for you. You're going in there, and the level perfectly conveys that. Now, each zone will only have about 3 to 4 levels with some exceptions. However, that means that no zone overstays its welcome. They all take 10 minutes max, and they all have spectacular theming, and they're just fun. Yeah, it's not the most difficult game ever, except later. But the theming and level design carries it all the way for me. This is how my first playthrough went. I decided I wanted to go this way and got eaten by a turtle. That brought me to the first zone, Turtle Zone. First, it's a standard Mario water level. What are you gonna do about it? It gets you used to controlling Mario underwater, and then I was thrown into a sunken ship that I could traverse by going through pipes, dodging sharp blades and other aquatic creatures to get to the end. And in the final level, I went into a giant whale and moved through its disgusting stomach with pointy bones and flesh that slows you down, creating interesting platforming challenges, all to get to an octopus boss that's over. That's disappointing. And that earned me one of the 6 golden coins. On to the next world! Oh yeah, did I mention this game is weird? Because it's really weird. Mario Zone! Here you go through a giant Mario robot filled with turning gear platforms and screws that unscrew to try and screw you. There's even a level located on his crotch, and when you enter it... Someone at Nintendo thought they were the funniest guy on earth putting this in here. And they are. And the final boss is the 3 little piggies. They gave me some trouble, but I huffed, and I puffed, and I blew them all away with my decade plus of Mario skill. Later, I went to the top of this mountain where there's this giant hippo, and turns out that's an entire level where you can use a bubble to fly around, and if you keep that to the end, you can access a secret goal which leads you to Space Zone. What? Next thing I know, I'm jumping on the moon in a spacesuit and then was thrown into an auto-scrolling level with terribly angry-looking stars. All to fight an alien at the end. What? All the levels are so weird, going through a beehive, traveling through a giant house while being the size of a peanut, fighting Dracula.
Die, monster!
This game is the essence of weird. Like, what's next? Bunny ears? Huh. Mario season it is. Mario gets bunny ears, the only new power-up in Super Mario Land 2. They let him float if you can continue to press the B button, and can completely break the game. Oh, I get it, Rabbit on the moon! Very clever! Except the power-up doesn't work here. Also, Mario gets a spacesuit. Does that count? No? Okay. The only other choice is the Fire Flower, which now has a feather on it. Most likely to give Fire Mario a better visual indicator because of the Game Boy's monochrome screen. And don't even get me started on the enemy designs. Look at these! The sharks have punching gloves! Most of them were designed by Takehiko Hosokawa. That madman! There are ants. Literal ants. Bees, birds, fish, birdfish, movefish. 1 fish, 2 fish. Masked ghouls that have a knife in them. Yeah. A literal broom, umbrella things, toy soldiers, a variety of Goombas to stomp. Whatever the heck this thing is. I swear these things are just Gordos. And what's with the Game Boy and Nintendo franchises mix and matching with each other? I kinda miss it when they did that. And of course, my favorite Mario enemy of all time, Bear. You see, it's a bear on a ball. What the heck was Kiyotake and Hosokawa thinking? This game is a fever dream. I can hardly believe that anything on screen is real half the time. Is there something in my drink? It's just water. And I love it. The goal with this game, from the beginning, was to create something different, and while the development team had to pivot from going too far, they were still able to make the most unique game in the series. Even the most basic aspects of Mario's world have changed, with the goal not being a flag post but a door where if you ring a bell, it brings you to a bonus level to get a power-up. Checkpoints are also just bells, and coins don't even give you a 1-up after collecting 100. Instead, extra lives are given through these hearts. And in the levels, I feel like I'm actually exploring through them rather than just running through an obstacle course. And that can be attributed to the splitting paths in some levels, the secret items you can find, and the increased verticality in the level design. There are even hidden levels you can find. How was this made on the Game Boy? And the music in this game is also funky. While I do prefer Super Mario Land 1's soundtrack, composer and the voice actor of Yoshi, Kazumi Totaka, still does an excellent job here. Except for the invincibility theme. I don't feel invincible. I don't even know what to feel. Despite that, the rest of the soundtrack is great. But back to the main objective. Wario, give me my castle back.
Cheater!
So after collecting all 6 of the golden coins, I gained access to Wario's castle. But more importantly, what about all the coins I've been collecting all this time? It's simple, I went into this cave, which is actually a casino, and I cashed them in for 99 lives. And I was going to need them, because Wario is not messing around. This is the biggest difficulty spike in the game. Wario means business, and I'm all for it. His castle is a gauntlet with every platforming challenge known to man. There's lava that'll kill you in one hit, wrecking balls, fireballs, tripwires, dissolving platforms. Did I mention the lava? A 3-room gauntlet of floating faces attacking you, with 2 of the rooms having 2 at once. And finally, a 3-phase boss fight where Wario uses Mario's power-ups against him. All of this with no checkpoints. I died so many times, and I loved it. It's weird, I should be getting angry, but this is the only level where I had to do this, and it's the final level, so of course it would be hard. It left an impression to be sure, and not one I'll soon forget. So after defeating him, Wario flees in the face of defeat, and the castle and kingdom is Mario's once again. Roll credits! This game impressed me so much. It's weird, it's wacky, but it's so unique and so fun to play. Not to mention, this was made on the Game Boy, and that's also the worst thing about it. It's short, you can kill an afternoon with this, or if you're a pacifist, spend the weekend on it. Slowdown does occur when there are too many sprites on screen at once, and the screen being taller than it is wide does limit what you can see in front of you. Of course, it was designed with that in mind, but there were a few spots where a longer screen would have worked better. But those negatives do not hold back what a good game this is. This is top 3 2D Mario for me. On a great day, it could even be number 1. It's everything I could have wanted from a new 2D Mario game done 30 years ago. And that's because of the dedicated team that wanted to make something new. Hiroji Kiyotake, Takehiko Hosokawa, Takehiro Harada, Kazumi Totaka, Gunpei Yokoi, and everyone else on the team did a fantastic job with Super Mario Land 2. And I encourage everyone to experience this game if you haven't. Come on, it's on Switch right now, just play it already. So I guess the saying is true, what's old is new again. And don't you worry about Wario. He planned his revenge and eventually took over the Mario Land series with Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land, and has made a lot of money since then. So I guess Wario got the last laugh after all. He got paid. Yellow?
Hey, it's a me, Wario! Ho ho! So will you talk about me or what? Oh, okay, I'll call you back.